Hey guys, and welcome to another episode. Today I'm going to show you how to build a ventilation system for your garage for under 20 bucks. I picked up all the stuff that I'm going to be using today from Home Depot, so you guys can get access to this no problem. So what I'm going to be building is an exhaust system and an intake system for my garage. Now it's going to allow me to bring in clean air and filter out the dirty air when I'm dipping my car. Now I'm going to be dipping my car probably sometime next week, a different color. Opening up your garage door and even a side door is not enough ventilation for your car to be dipped. You're still going to need a mask, and you're still going to need a filtration system to push out all the dirty air and circulate and bring in clean air. Today, that's what we're going to be doing, and I'm going to show you how to do all this stuff for under 20 bucks. So stay tuned, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So I picked up these fiberglass filters from Home Depot, and they were 3 for $5. I picked those up. I picked up two 2x6s, so these pieces of wood that are 8 feet long, and I also bought two 2x4s that are 8 feet long. Now I already cut up most of them, and I've got 2 more to cut. These are slightly larger than the height right here for each one of these filters. And this filter system is going to be able to go underneath my garage door, so I can close it down on it, and it's going to allow clean air to be able to be circulated in and out. The way I set this up is that I can take out these filters and replace them with new ones at any time I want. You can pick up these filters for very cheap. As I said, they were 3 for $5, so it's not that expensive to replace these. So you'll need to cut down those 2x4s into smaller pieces. I'm cutting them a bit larger than the size of each filter, so the filter can be removed and replaced whenever I please. Be careful when you're doing this, and don't forget to wear eye protection. So you guys just saw me cut these final 2 pieces of 2x4 that I'm going to be using for my filtration system for the support brackets. These are going to be going right here. I'm going to break it down and show you guys how I'm going to be building this entire system. So think of this essentially as the exploded view of my system. Now this is the exhaust part that's going to be going underneath my garage door. So each one of these filters is going to be pushed up into here, into each one of these spots, and it's going to be able to allow air to go through, no problem, without any debris going through either. So this here is going to be the bottom, that's the top, and each one of those extra supports are going to be going on the other side. So it's going to not only hold it in, so you can have one here and another one on top like that, but it's going to be strong enough that I can put it underneath the garage door and not have to worry about it falling over. So this system is going to basically go in a spot like this. So I've got my garage and I've closed it down almost all the way. So it's like one more of these squares is up, like tucked up upstairs. So I'm going to be putting it basically under here, and it's going to allow air to pass through. So what I've got to do next is now assemble everything and screw it all together. To assemble everything together, I'm going to be using this impact driver with a Robertson bit attached to my screws. And I'm going to be using all this to assemble everything and have it nice and sturdy. So I'm going to start off by installing this 2x4 right here. You can choose how much clearance you want inside the actual filter. Now I don't want too much, so I'm going to kind of bring it in a little bit. So to say this one will be like that far out from the edge. It's not going to be right up to it. And I'm going to start off with the back one first. So come in on a 45 and drill into this piece of wood. And with one of these screws in, that alone is a decent amount of pressure right there. So like I'm just moving this back and forth, and it's strong enough to hold it. Now I'm gonna of course go underneath and get some longer screws and put them through the base all the way up so they don't move at all. Repeat this procedure until all of these 2x4s are mounted onto this. With each one of the 2x4s now installed, we can put our filters now into the tracks. We can get a good idea right now as to how it'll all fit before we attach the last piece of 2x6 onto the top of here. If it all lines up and it looks good, which it does, we can now put on our 2x6 on top of here. We can then get our 2 screws and drill it in for each one of these pegs. With those last bolts now inside of our system, we can actually get our garage door, put it down, close it, and as you can see, it seals up against this entire filter. As you guys can see, there's still 2 spots on both sides that have a little bit of gap because the pieces of wood aren't actually the same width as the garage door. Now, if you guys want to filter up and close that off completely, if you guys want, you can get some tape and drape and put it along the complete outside perimeter, and you don't have to worry about any air or anything else getting in. You can use duct tape, you can use tape and drape, you can use a paper bag, you can do plastic bag, you can use basically anything you want. You can put a towel on it if you really wanted to. With the filter and our big contraption that we just built, we now have air that can come in and out freely without getting any dust, dirt, leaves, or anything else blowing in and out of the garage. This is going to be very handy when you're dipping your car, because the last thing you'd want is, say, a leaf or something like that to land on your dip when you're dipping a car. So now with that contraption that we just built up for our exhaust out of the way, we now need to worry about some sort of intake system. So some way that we can suck in and push air into the garage. Now what I have behind me right here is a fan that I bought on Amazon and a filter duct taped to the back of it. So if you can see right here, it's the same type of filter that we were using to build up one of those. It's a fiberglass screen. This is basically what they are. They're a cheap, inexpensive way to get this done. So all that it is one of these filters on the back side of it, and the air is pushing this way. So all that it's doing is it's gonna suck in air this way, pull it through, only clean air, pull it through into the garage, and then all that extra air is gonna be pushed out through the exhaust. Now it's nothing fancy by any means, but it gets the job done. You can see my beautiful duct tape work on the side, the little filter right here, and you can see that it blows air. What beautiful filtered air. Now you might be asking, okay, what the heck am I gonna do with this fan now? Well, what I'm actually gonna do with it is stick it right there in that window. I'm gonna take down the broken plexiglass that my brother shot with a BB gun, and I'm gonna be putting this in replace of that little screen. Now it's gonna go up there right in the middle, and I already tested it out. It's actually the perfect size, so I can just slide it right in there, plug it in, and the fan will suck in air. If you guys want any of the stuff that I used today, you guys can check out the description box. I'll put links to everything that I used in there. If you guys have any questions regarding the video, please post them down below. Again, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.